Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This wonderful sound calls us back to our true home. The second mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, social injustice, stealing, and oppression, I vow to cultivate loving kindness and learn ways to work for the well-being of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I will practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. I'm determined not to steal and not to possess anything that should belong to others. I will respect the property of others, but I will prevent others from profiting from human suffering or the suffering of other species on earth. For our Dharma lessons, we've been reading More Than Mindfulness, Widening the Field of Practice by the Monastics of the Thai Forest Sangha. And today we're wrapping up a Dharma talk by Ajahn Ahimsako called Returning the Light. It's so important to remember the goal. Why are we doing this? Why are we meditating? Why do we learn the Buddha's teachings? It's not about information. Yes, we need the information to have a certain intellectual grasp, but then we need to pick it up and use it for reflection. Maybe a phrase jumps out at you. For instance, from Ajahn Chah, the phrase that I keep hearing is, everything is teaching us. Every experience, whether it's going to an airport after a 3-month retreat or traveling to California, we can use every experience in our life, every situation. We can use the tools that the Buddha offered and were passed down to us. One last point I wish to mention is about developing the willingness and ability to be totally honest. Like with the First Noble Truth, to be honest, this is suffering. An example of this comes to mind. In my first year here as an Anagarika, one day I was getting a bit spun out over something and was criticizing one of the other Anagarikas. He responded by saying, "Are you suffering?" I immediately replied, "No, I'm not suffering." It wasn't until about 8 hours later when I was back in my dwelling that I realized that, actually, yes, I am suffering. Fortunately, it was only after 8 hours of denial, but how often do we deny it? In order to walk this path, we need to have that inner honesty to grow from experiences. If there is stress, or if we catch ourselves shining the light out, the light that's always looking for something with which to gratify ourselves or to make our situation better, and we're never turning the light around to reflect, we need to learn to ask ourselves, what am I doing? Is there suffering? We can use these images and teachings to look inwardly. Then, with awareness, there's the opportunity to use the light of Dhamma to look at ourselves and really see what we're doing. And by seeing dukkha, much of the time, it just drops away. The painful things in life come and hit you, but like non-stick pans, they just drop away. The more we have that experience of dropping things, of letting go, then we can have peace. This is our path, our way to non-suffering, our way to liberation. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be at peace. Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me today.